Well, Happy New Year. Unfortunately, I just made a 10-minute video, and when I was done, it disappeared. I was recording on YouTube, and it said, YouTube has stopped. Oh. Okay, so the last 10 minutes of what I did. Whatever, I'm not going to sit here and bitch about it. But what I was trying to say was that in North Carolina, all the police are illegal. They're not supposed to exist. And I will show you I will find it in the Constitution right here. Again, the section where it says, okay, here it is. Section 30, Militia and the Right to Bear Arms. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. And, as standing armies in time of peace are dangerous to liberty, they shall not be maintained, and the military shall be kept under strict subordination to and governed by the civil power. Nothing herein shall justify the practice of carrying concealed weapons, or prevent the General Assembly from enacting penal statutes against that practice. Okay. Let's start with the standing armies part first. The police are a standing army, and they just said that standing armies shall not be maintained. So they're not supposed to have a police force. By their own words, they're not supposed to have one. But guess what? They have police all over the place in North Carolina, just like all the other states. They're everywhere. Have these police read the state constitution? Maybe, and they either read it and they're ignoring it, or they're just never have read it and, never crossed their mind to read it or whatever. So yeah, they banned themselves from policing us, which is great. If they would follow it, that would be okay, fine. But the part about how they copied the Second Amendment verbatim, and then they say nothing herein shall justify the practice of carrying concealed weapons. Well, they just said the right to bear arms shall not be infringed, so what do you mean you didn't justify carrying concealed weapons? You just explained why people should be able to carry weapons, concealed or not. The Second Amendment, the wording of the Second Amendment right here in that they copied verbatim, it doesn't say anything about people not carrying concealed weapons. It doesn't say anything about that. What it's telling you is that our right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed because a well-regulated militia is necessary to the security of a state of freedom. That's what they mean. But, then they contradict themselves right away. So it's only fitting that they would also contradict themselves in the other part about not having standing armies. I mean, did you expect them not to? It's government, quote unquote. So, anyways, there's another part about taxation that I will go to because they also banned themselves from taxing me, and they still tax me, obviously. Wait. Oh, crud. Tax. Okay. Representation and taxation. The people of the state shall not be taxed or made subject to the payment of any impost or duty without the consent of themselves or their representatives in the General Assembly, freely given. Okay, first of all, if the people themselves consented, then it's not a tax, it's a contribution. The other part of that is that I don't have any representatives in the General Assembly. If you can't tell, I don't want the government to exist at all. So how could anyone in the General Assembly represent me? They're joining the government and operating as the government. And, so I don't have any representatives in the General Assembly. I never did. Nobody represents me. I am me, and that's it. I don't have representatives. I don't even know them. How could they represent me? I didn't vote for them. I think they're a bunch of criminals. So why? Sort of ridiculous to claim that they represent me now, isn't it? Or a lot of other people, for that matter. It's not just me. It's not like they don't represent me, but they represent everyone else. They don't represent... I mean, how can you represent someone you've never met? Even if they voted for you, like, if they support some of your policies. I mean, it's bullshit. But, I mean, they would have to agree with every single thing that you do in Congress. The fact that people complain about politicians is evidence enough that the politicians don't represent them. Because if they did, they couldn't complain about it, because they would be doing what the people want them to be doing, which they aren't, a lot of the time anyways. So, the whole thing's just a crock of shit. It's like they write these, it's almost, see, I don't know, maybe some of the people that wrote these constitutions had good intentions. You know, I think a lot of the founders were really good guys, and they were also fallible, just like the rest of us. But it's almost like this is just a ruse. Like, they just say this stuff to get people to go along with having a federal government or a state government or whatever. They're like, oh, well, we won't violate that right. We would never do that. And then what do you know? What do? We all see what they do. I mean, they impose licensing, permits. You know, you can't shoot a gun in your yard. You can't shoot a bow in your yard. I mean, look, I'm going to make another video about Southport, the town where I'm at. And I'm going to show you their ordinances that are 100% unconstitutional. I mean, there's not even an argument. There's also immoral. I mean, whether it's constitutional or not, it's highly immoral to say, hey, you can't carry a weapon to defend yourself. Your life's not important enough for that. We're scared. No, it's bullshit. It's all about control. They just want to be commanding you around. That's all. I mean, come on. If they cared about you, they would want you to be able to defend yourself, would they not? Accordingly, however you see fit. No, that's that. See, okay, that's like their magazine thing. I don't. Why should they raise a limit on magazine capacity? Because someone's scared that you have too many bullets in your magazine and you could hurt lots of people. Yeah, well, you can hurt lots of people with lots of things. I mean, that doesn't mean you will, or you should lose your right to own something. What if I just like doing mag dumps at the range and dumping 40 rounds and just blowing off some steam? Is that immoral for me to shoot a target in a range? Because, you know, the hoplophobes is what it is, a fear of weapons. They're scared. They don't even know when they're shooting the freaking thing. And they want to restrict my right to do it, you know? It's I don't hang out with people like that. I don't like them. They just want to take my rights away. They're a bunch of traitors. Anyone that wants gun control at all, any form of it, is a traitor to humanity. And nobody in the world should be complying with gun laws. Nobody. We should just all ignore government. Just ignore it off the face of the earth, and then we'll be free. But no. Because people are scared. You know? It's what would we do without them? Well, what are we going to do with them? Let me ask you that. How are we going to handle this? Is it going to go well? I mean, is there not an inevitable war coming? Or is it just going to, one day they'll just give us back our freedom because we voted for it? No, it's not going to work like that. You either got to take your freedom or you don't have it. That's how these people are, because they will rule you until you stop letting them rule you in your mind. You know, that's the way out of it. It's all a mental construct. It's a complex, really. Like, it's like a, sort of like a mental trap. It's like once you accept it, you can't get out of it. you know, and then you're screwed because their control is just going to come in more and more and more and more and more. And you're not going to vote it away or have it not happen because you voted for the right guy. Because the right guy doesn't run for office. They're not trying, the right people aren't trying to control you in the first place. They're not joining government. They're not doing these things. There's one sort of anomaly, which is Ron Paul. I mean, he seems to be a pretty good guy, but I don't agree with the fact that he ever joined government to begin with and took their checks or whatever, you know. I don't know if he took their paychecks or not, but he shouldn't have. I mean, and I don't know. He should have known it wouldn't do any good to begin with, but in a way, he tried, so, no, I don't think he should. It was stupid, but, he did, but I don't hate the guy. I don't know. He's the only ever former politician that I don't despise. But, other than him, they're all human garbage. I mean, if you want to call them human. Nancy Pelosi and all these traitorous pieces of garbage, you know. God, I'm sweating, sorry. It's freaking hot in here. That's how it is in North Carolina, I guess, in this area sometimes in January. But anyways, I don't know. I guess I don't have much else to say for now. Oh, I was thinking about taking down my videos, you know, to suit the prospective employers that, or whatever the word is, that I might be having soon. Or, you know, I have an interview today is what I mean. And I'm not taking down my videos. Why should I have to, why should I have to censor myself to work for someone? Well, then I'm not going to work for you. You're not taking my rights away. If you think I'm crazy, don't hire me. That's fine. But you're wrong. But, you know, think what you will. Let it be. Anyways, I'm going to go. Alright, bye.